Hello friends, I am your host Neet and welcome you all to my YouTube channel Awesome Audiobooks Neet FM. Friends, specially for you present the story of the amazing son-in-law with Hindi subtitles whose name is The Charismatic Charlie Wade. This is a very famous novel written by Lord Leaf. So without further ado, here is part 3 of the novel The Charismatic Charlie Wade's audiobook. Chapter 3. In the previous part, we saw that Stephen gives Charlie a premium black card with a credit limit of $10 billion and tells him that he is now the owner of the Emigrant Group company. After that, Stephen leaves, but Charlie still in a daze. Now, on to the next one. Stephen turned and left. Charlie was still in a daze after he left. He didn't know whether he should accept the compensation from the Wade family. However, he recalled the past decade of misery and hardship and the humiliation he had experienced when he married Claire. This was the compensation that the Wade family was giving him for his suffering, so why shouldn't he take it? Besides, Miss Levis urgently needed $2 million for her treatment. He gritted his teeth as he clutched on the card tightly, then turned back to the cashier department. "Hi, I would like to settle the bill." The card was swiped, the password was keyed in, and the transaction was complete. $2 million was credited into the hospital's account just like that. Charlie felt like he was still hovering in the clouds. Did he just become a billionaire in the blink of an eye? He went home in a trance. At this moment, the house was filled with the wrath of fury. Claire and her parents did not live in the Wilson family villa, but they stayed in an ordinary house instead. Since Claire married Charlie and after Lord Wilson died, they were kicked out of the villa. His mother-in-law was screaming in great dismay, "Charlie Wade, that loser. He is such an embarrassment. If you don't divorce him now, your grandma might kick you out of Wilson Group." Claire said calmly, "If she does, I will just find another job." "You?" her mother growled angrily. "What is so good about that loser anyway? Why can't you just divorce him and marry Wendell? If you marry Wendell Jones, our whole family can hold our head up high." Her father added, "Your mom is right. If you marry Wendell, our family will immediately become a precious treasure in the family. Your grandma will cherish you and pamper you every day." Claire uttered, "Just stop. I won't divorce Charlie." "You?" Both parents had wanted to keep on pursuing Claire when Charlie pushed the door open and walked in. His in-laws gave him a dirty look when they saw him. His mother-in-law snorted in disgust. "I thought you had forgotten the way home, loser." Charlie sighed quietly inside his heart. His mother-in-law had always looked down on him. But what would she do if she were to know that he was now the owner of Emigrant Group and had $10 billion in cash? However, this was not the time to reveal his true identity. He had left the Wade family for a long time now. Who knew how was the family doing now? What if someone from the family targeted him if he exposed himself? Staying in the dark was the best option for now. Hence, he lowered his head and said humbly, "Mother, I am sorry for all the troubles I have caused today." His mother-in-law shouted, "Trouble? This is more than a trouble. You are putting us at stake. Can't you have the slightest decency and get out of our house?" Claire hurriedly interjected, "Mom, how could you say that? Charlie is your son-in-law." "Bullshit," her mother growled. "I don't have such a loser as my son-in-law. It's better if he can go as far as he can." Claire nudged Charlie and said, "Hurry, Let's go back to the room. Charlie nodded gratefully and fled back to the room. They had been married for 3 years, but they had never consummated the marriage. Not even once. Claire slept in bed while he slept on the floor at the side. Tonight, Charlie found it hard to fall asleep. What unfolded today was a real shock and consternation, and he had yet to digest it. Before going to bed, Claire said, "How is Miss Levis doing?" "I have about $100,000 with me now. You can use it tomorrow." Charlie said, "It's okay. Someone paid her bill and transferred her to Eastcliff for treatment." "Really?" Claire exclaimed in awe. "Wow, so Miss Levis will be fine then?" "Yes," Charlie said. "Miss Levis has done good deeds throughout her life and helped so many people. Now someone is returning her favor." "Glad to hear that." Claire nodded with a smile. "You can have peace of mind now?" "Yes, I want to sleep now. There is a lot to handle in the company lately. I am exhausted." "What's happening in the company?" "It's not doing very well lately. Grandma wants to collaborate with Emigrant, but Wilson Group is too weak as compared to their scale. They wouldn't even bat an eye at us." "Oh, has there not been a collaboration between Wilson Group and Emigrant before?" Claire laughed sarcastically. "Of course not. What are we in the eyes of Emigrant? I bet we look like a speck of insignificant dust to them. Even Gerald's family, Wendy's fiancé family, could barely scratch the tail of Emigrant's business empire. This is also why Grandma is eager for them to be married soon, so the White family can help our family build some connection with Emigrant." Charlie nodded knowingly. The Wilson family had used all the trick up their sleeves to collaborate with Emigrant Group. However, Lady Wilson never would have thought that he owned Emigrant Group now. Thinking of this, Charlie decided to take over Emigrant Group and lend Claire a hand in her business. The Wilson family did not treat her fairly and they bullied her too much. As her husband, he had the responsibility to help her improve her status in the family. He said in her heart earnestly, "Claire, your husband is different now. I will not let anyone look down on you again. I will make the entire Wilson family bow down to you." The next morning, after preparing breakfast, Charlie rode his scooter to Emigrant Group's office. He parked his scooter on the side of Emigrant's parking lot. As soon as he locked his scooter, a black Bentley slowly parked in a spot across from him. He looked up inadvertently and saw a young couple getting out of the car. The man was wearing a branded suit, looking very handsome and smart. Meanwhile, the lady was dressed up in a flamboyant style. Although somewhat gaudy, she was considered a beauty. As it turned out, the lady was Wendy Wilson, Claire's cousin, and the man was her fiancé, Gerald White. Charlie didn't know why they were here, but he knew that the best way to avoid troubles was to stay away from them. However, the more eager he wanted to hide from them, the higher chances they would see him. Wendy caught sight of him from the corner of her eyes. She yelped loudly, "Hey Charlie!" Wendy called out his name in a friendly manner, but Charlie felt goosebumps all over his back. Friends, here I ended up the part 3 of the novel, which name was The Charismatic Charlie Wade. If you liked my video, please share and subscribe to my channel. I see you soon with the new video. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Goodbye.